Nostalgia starts right now.
Hit it! Backstreet's back, alright. Everybody, yeah. Rock your body, yeah. Everybody, rock your body right. Backstreet's back, alright.
What's going on, guys? This is Orlando Stewart back with another video, and this video is going to be pretty much my top 10 list of the comic book movies of 2016. Now, yes, I said in my I know when I said in my other video I was going to have a surprise for you guys. Now, that's gonna have to wait until a while after Christmas, because my friend's mom is busy with Christmas shopping right now and everything, so unfortunately I will not have a surprise for you guys, but don't worry, I will have more reviews for you guys. But without further ado, let's kick it off with number 10 on the comic book movies, on my list of comic book movies of 2016. We kick off the list. This movie was so freaking hilarious. Deadpool was so freaking awesome when I went to go see it in theaters. Way back early this year, back in February. This movie had me giggling for days. This movie was so freaking hilarious. It's one of the funniest comic book movies I've ever seen, ever. The dialogue was so funny. The story was awesome. This is probably the only movie this year that this is probably the only movie from Marvel that has came out this year that has really impressed me at all, that has really entertained me. It was so hilarious, it was so funny, it was awesome, the story was awesome, just like I said, and even the dialogue was awesome, even the story. And we move on to, oh my god, this next one I'm about to mention is god awful, and it's not for the faint of heart. Let's go right to it, shall we? Now, if people who are friends with me on Facebook and follow me on Facebook should know, I am not a fan of reboots. I mean, classics getting rebooted. And I really don't have much to say about this one. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Out of the fucking Shadows, or whatever you want to call it, was awful. And that's all I've really got to say about this one. Let's move on to the next one. Now, you guys if you guys follow me on Facebook, and if you're friends with me on Facebook, know that I made a post about this movie, about X-Men Apocalypse, and I've gave my opinions about it. It was a good movie. It was a great movie. It wasn't great, but it was good. My problem is, just like I said, with all the X-Men movies that have came out in the last few years, the timeline with all of them is very screwed up. X-Men Apocalypse failed to impress me. It was very disappointing. And this movie could have been better. I didn't like how the way Apocalypse was misused, how misused Apocalypse was in this movie. And the story was good and everything, but it was very confusing. I didn't get no sense out of the ending. The ending confused me, excuse me. The ending really confused me, and this movie could have been better. And we go on to our next one on the list. Doctor Strange, now, this movie came out last month in November. Now, I haven't seen the movie yet, but I've heard a lot of great things about the movie and everything, and it looks pretty good from the trailer. I've watched the trailer a few times. Movie looks pretty good. Looks great. I've never seen the movie before. I'm not much of a Doctor Strange fan. I'm not a Doctor Strange fan. If you guys know, I am a DC guy. I'm more of a DC guy. I'm a Batman fan, but I am looking forward to checking that movie out soon. And we go on to our next one on the list. Now, I made a post on this movie on Facebook. Those of you, just like I said, if you follow me on Facebook and if you're friends on me, you guys probably have heard me talk about this movie and want to know why I gave it the rating that I gave it. Well, I'm going to explain why. This movie really disappointed me, just like X-Men Apocalypse. This movie could have been better as well. The story, it was a good movie, but it was not great. It was good, but not great. And here's the reason why. The story was very confusing. It had way too many plot holes. And I also feel like, this is my own opinion, and if others disagree with me on this, that's fine. I feel like Spider-Man was forced into the movie, just thrown in as a last-minute decision. You know, because fans were complaining about Spider-Man not being in the movie, and when I saw the trailer, I was getting pumped up for it and stuff like that, but when I went to go see the movie, I was disappointed. I honestly feel like that's my own opinion. I feel like Spider-Man was thrown in at the last minute, thrown in as a last-minute decision, forced into the movie because of the fans wanted. Marvel, I feel like Marvel could have done better with this movie. Marvel threw Spider-Man in that movie just to please the fans, in my opinion. That's just my own opinion. This movie could have been better. And let's go on to the next movie on the list. Now, a lot of people on social media have been very critical of this movie. Have been very critical of this one, and a lot of people say it's the worstest Batman animated movie ever made, but I disagree with that. Killing Joke was fucking phenomenal. That movie was phenomenal. And oh man, it completely was just like how the comic was. It was completely 100% accurate to the comic. Now, a lot of people don't understand why the opening beginning started off with Batgirl and Barbara, the relationship between Batman and Batman and Batgirl. A lot of people say the sex scene didn't need to be, the controversial sex scene, which a lot of people felt like did not need to be added to the movie. But this is my own opinion. The reason why that scene was put in that movie because they were going out with each other at one point, which Dick Grayson didn't know that they were in an affair with each other. All in all, this movie was phenomenal. I put it up there with Batman Mask of the Phantasm, and call me crazy, but I put that movie up there with Mask of the Phantasm. We move on to the next one. Now, a lot of people have also been critical of this one as well. The critics ran their mouths talking about this movie is gonna fail in theaters, but guess what? It became the biggest summer movie of 2016. And my friends, I am talking about Suicide Squad. Regardless of what others think, which I could care less, This movie was awesome. It was great. It was absolutely great. And, oh man, Jared Leto, despite what others think, he, in my opinion, was just as great as Heath Ledger's Joker. His Joker was just as great. His Joker was so comic book accurate. And Margaret Robbie nailed it as Harley Quinn. She did an awesome job as Harley Quinn. And Will Smith did an excellent job as Deadshot. I mean, the movie was great. It was phenomenal. And my favorite scene from Suicide Squad was the car chase scene with Batman and Harley and the Joker, where Batman, I mean, was going after Harley Quinn and the Joker in his Batmobile as they were in the car. It just reminded me of a scene from it just reminded me of an episode from the animated series. It looked like an episode of the animated series taken out of the animated series and put into live action. It was so beautifully done. And we go on to the next one. Now, I enjoyed this movie. I went to go see it in theaters on when it was first premiering in theaters. The 66 Batman animated movie is amazing. I love this tribute, paying tribute to. I love this movie. Just hearing the voices of Adam West and all the original cast members that were on the original live action show from the 60s. It was awesome. And what it just felt nostalgic looking at seeing Adam West, voicing as being Batman once again. Only difference is he's voicing for the character. He was voicing for the character he played on the show. As it was amazing. 66 Batman animated movie is phenomenal. I have to get it on Blu-ray. And we're gonna go. I have to get it on DVD. I don't have a Blu-ray. I don't have a Blu-ray, but I am gonna get it on DVD soon. So we're gonna move on to the next one. Now, this one, Batman Bad Blood, it was okay. It was okay, but yeah, the story was pretty good. It was pretty good, but it just was. Now, this is going to surprise a lot of people. A lot of people know I am a diehard Batman fan, but Batman Bad Blood is my least favorite. Batman animated movie. It wasn't all that good, and it just like I said, it was okay, but just wasn't all that great or good. But let's move on to the finale. Our number one movie on this list is number one movie, and it is it is the best, in my opinion, the best comic book movie of 2016. Batman vs. Superman. This movie, everything about this movie was just so phenomenal, amazing. Everything from the story, everything from the story plot, just you could feel everything that was just every emotion that was going on in the movie and stuff like that. You could feel the electricity in the movie, just everything, the excitement. Ben Affleck's Batman, in my opinion, is probably the first comic book accurate Batman that we have ever gotten. And me as a Batman fan, his Batman has just become my favorite Batman as far as live action. He reminds me so much of both the animated series Batman and the comic books, in the comic book Batman. Ben Affleck's Batman, he bounces, he captures the essence of both his alter ego, Batman's alter ego, Bruce Wayne, and Batman so well, perfectly, so very well, perfectly. And Henry Cavill's Superman is phenomenal. Just one word to describe his Superman, amazing. Just everything about the movie was phenomenal, and that's pretty much it. That's my top 10 list of the comic book movies of 2016. I hope you all have a great Christmas. I hope you all have a better Christmas than I will. I hope you all will have a better Christmas than I will. Remember to like my videos. Don't forget to subscribe. And I will talk to you guys later. Peace. See you in 2017.